Hello, brethren. Hi, guys. How you doing? I just realized that I clapped too much in my videos. These claps that I clapped now, is it really necessary? No. Tell me, is it really necessary? Why do I clap in my videos? I don't know why I do that. I did it again. Because no, forget me and my hands that can't help themselves, that like to show themselves by clapping. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing great. This is Nazor.ezeh, aka Utonwa Special, and I am sitting in my car because I come to you with another. See, I started these episodes months ago and I call them Nazor Unscripted, where I sit in the car and talk about some issues, some happenings in the society. Anyway, so this particular one, I came to talk about something. You have seen the title of where? Funny enough, months ago I did a Nazor Unscripted video talking about DNA. Yeah, and now I have come to champion this cause to say that I think that DNA test should be mandatory. Do you think so? Do you think it's necessary for people to conduct DNA tests? As a matter of fact, I think they should make it necessary that DNA test should be conducted before your child is issued birth certificate. Let it be necessary that the DNA should be conducted to be sure of the parents of that baby, to be sure whether the father is the father or whether the mother is the mother. Yeah. And I say mother is the mother in case of all these switched at birth stories. But I'm not coming here to talk about switched at birth. I'm coming here to attack the women that used to carry belly for another man and pin it on their husband and say it's their husband that fathered the baby. It's wickedness. It's wickedness in high places. Some months ago, I did a video about this DNA sitting in the car as well, and I talked about that time, the backstory, the story that inspired that video was that woman, that banker woman. Was she a banker? I think she's a banker. I can't remember her name. But she carried belly for MD of a bank that she had been having an affair with and pinned the pregnancy and the children on her husband, and later I think she absconded with the children abroad and left her husband, and that her husband now killed himself. I'm on the mirror. See the speech that this one now used to pass me. My car even shook. So now, what inspired this particular video? You people that are on Instagram, you know that this September is a boss month. This September is, people have been calling it a September to remember because so many things have been happening. Everybody is so angry this month, and it's even my month. As a matter of fact, yesterday was my birthday. Yeah, people, I don't understand what's happening. Every morning I go to Instagram, somebody is attacking somebody. Two-Face and Annie, they're having issues. By the way, did you hear that? Did you hear that that audio of Annie crying? My God. Did you hear the audio of Tonto DK crying? That one, I refused to listen to that one. I didn't want to listen. That one was so disgusting. I was so disgusted at that Koko Gary. What's that man's name? Koko Gary? Is it something Gary or Koko something? This video is not about Tonto DK. Let's shift it one side. But I'm just trying to say that there's so much drama happening this month. Okay, so Annie Idibia, and she called out her husband, and because she called out her husband, then Nedu's wife, Nedu Wazobia, you people know Nedu Wazobia FM, Nedu's wife now came out of the blues to call him out, to call him a bad man, bad husband, attacking Wazobia FM, asking Wazobia FM that how is a man like Nedu still working with them, something like that. And we were like, yay, where did this one come out from? And then that's how Nedu now came out and said his own side of the story and even showed us receipts. And then the receipt was now that his wife pinned pregnancy on him, the first child, that fine boy. Remember that time they got married? I saw the picture of that boy. I was like, this boy is too fine. This boy is so fine. Now it happened that boy is not even Nedu's child, and this woman pinned the pregnancy on Nedu, and apparently everybody knows about it. Now, I'm not here to come and attack the Uzo lady. What I came here to say is that from the stories we've been hearing, I think it's high time DNA tests become necessary, because it is so unfair. It's so unfair. Why do women do this? Even somebody has said, I've heard this several times, that if DNA tests are conducted on every firstborn child, that a large percentage of firstborn children don't belong to the husband of the woman. You understand what I'm saying? People say this a lot, that people get pregnant, women get pregnant for other people and then pin it on the husband. It's not fair. Listen, it is not fair. It is so not fair. How can you pin pregnancy on somebody, carry pregnancy and give it to somebody to start raising another man's child as his own? It's not fair now. I used to come here and call out men for their misdeeds, for their wrong deeds. So today I am here to call out women, the women that do these things. Odiroma, if it is your child, will you like somebody to pin your son? Now you have a son, your son will grow up and marry, and your son's wife will pin pregnancy on him. How would you feel? If it's your brother, how would you feel? It's not okay. These things are not okay. That's why I say that DNA tests should be made mandatory. And you know the painful part? The painful part is that by the time the man finds out, it's sometimes already too late, because he has already formed an attachment to that child. That child is more or less his child. The man has accepted the child. You don't expect the man to now throw away the innocent child for a crime that the child did not commit. So most of the time, the men are stuck with no other choice than to accept the children as their own. It is not fair. We know, tell yourselves the truth, we know that as women, if the tables are turned, we would cry, as in there will be an outrage if men do these things. So it is not fair that a woman should do this to a man, to come and pin pregnancy on a man, pregnancy that does not belong to him. Odiroma. Now, talking about Nedu's wife, so she came out and then also made a video. I think she granted an interview to Pulse TV or one of those TVs like that. And then I picked some things from what she said. One of the things that she said that I didn't quite like was the fact that she was saying that she looked beyond the physical. That when Nedu had been chiking her and all that, and then she eventually, I think she finished something like that, and then she said that she now went to Lagos to go and see the guy, and then finally then she saw him, and then she looked beyond the physical, and then she now married him. And then I'm like, what are you thinking in your mind? What do you mean you look beyond the physical? Are you Abani Darego yourself? You're not Abani Darego yourself, okay? So why are you shading him? Why are you kind of insulting Nedu's physical appearance, that you look beyond the physical? And so what? And so what's that? That was so unnecessary, you know? And then there's something else she said. She said that it was so low of Nedu to go and seek the paternity, as in to test for the paternity of his child, that he was feeling insecure along the way in their marriage. And then he was suspecting that their last child, one of their girls, was not his, and then he decided to go do a DNA test. And then she said that unfortunately for him, it was the first. Yes, that's exactly what she said, that unfortunately for him, it was the first. First of all, what do you mean by unfortunately for him, it was the first? And then also, what did she mean by that it was so low of Nedu to go and test for the paternity of his child? First of all, let me let you people know, there is nothing low about a man wanting to know the paternity of his child, wanting to test the paternity of the child, wanting to be sure, because maybe there are some things he has noticed about the child. Maybe there are some vibes you've given off. I wanted to say there are some vibes you've given off. Hey, maybe there are some vibes that you have given off that made the man to suspect that the child is not his. So there is nothing wrong. I do not think there is anything wrong with a man wanting to do DNA tests for his children. The only problem I have with it is if the man makes it open to the wife that, I don't think that these children belong to me. I want to test for the paternity of these children. See, let me tell you something, and I said this in the other video. If you do that one, if you go and make it open to your wife that you want to do DNA test, and then it turns out that the children are yours, see, you have strained your marriage. The relationship between you and your wife will be strained, because you don't trust her. Apparently she will feel bad that you don't trust her, that you did not trust her to the point that you had to do a DNA test. No woman likes that. I always say it. I think I've even mentioned it to my husband, that if at any point in time you feel like conducting DNA tests on our children, do it by yourself. Don't let me know. It's kukuma easy. You can just pluck hair from their head, or swab their cheek and go and take it and do the test and confirm by yourself. Don't let me know. So I'm of the school of thought that if you want to conduct DNA tests for your children, do it in secret. Allay your fears in secret. Get yourself your peace of mind in secret. Don't make it open to your wife. And then if you now do the DNA tests, another thing you should notice that if you do the DNA test and then the result says that you are not the father of the child, before you jump to conclusions, also do to confirm if your wife is the mother of the child, though. Yeah, because of the cases of babies being switched at birth, because there are babies that get switched at birth. In that case, if they conduct DNA tests, maternity tests, to see if, yeah, DNA test and maternity one too, the maternity aspect of it, to see if your wife is the mother of the child. If it turns out that you are not the father of the child, that your wife is not the mother of the child, then you people should go and catch the hospital where they gave birth to that child and ask them, whose child do you people give us? Yes, that's what you should do. But if you now do the maternity DNA test and it turns out that the child belongs to your wife, but the child does not match your own DNA, then your wife has you to contend with. Handle her the way you want to. It means that she was unfaithful to you and she brought a pregnancy and she pinned it on you, which is so unfair. Honestly, in Kenjakiliga, it is so unfair. It pains me when I read those type of stories. It pains me when I see stories on the internet of how a woman pinned pregnancy on top of a man's head. It's not fair. It is not fair. That is why I say that DNA test should be made compulsory. It's just that it's expensive. It's not everybody that can afford it. If there is a way they can reduce the price and make it, or even make it free in some places, if possible, because all the very necessary, I'm championing that cause. If it is possible, make it necessary, make it mandatory that before your child is issued a birth certificate, that they do DNA test to confirm the paternity of that child. Because enough is enough. Enough is enough. It's evil. It is evil to get pregnant for another man and pin it on your innocent husband for him to train that child till that child grows. Sometimes they don't even find out until university level. Imagine the wickedness. Imagine how that man will feel. Imagine how the man will feel to find out that the child that he has been nurturing, training, raising as his own, loving, is not his child, is not from his loins. Odirama. So I'm ending this video right here. Yeah, I'm ending this video right here. I am sitting in the car, yeah, because number one is Nazor unscripted, and number two, because I don't want to go and film it upstairs because I have two babies there. The others have gone to school. The two babies there, they will not allow me to film in peace. Yeah, that's why I'm sitting in the car. All right, until next time, my name remains nazor.ezeh, aka Utonwa Special. Stay safe, stay blessed, and we're gonna see ourselves in the next video. Bye.